did y'all go with the anthracite helmets in practice today?
Just to give the couple of the helmets we've been practicing, the blue helmets, they needed time to clean them up and get air. Some of the air was coming out of them, so he's got to do 100 and something helmets. So I don't want him here till 3 a.m. doing it. So we just put those on so he can get those reconditioned, get them going again and put them back on. That's all. Just maintenance. You know what I mean? You got to take care of them or they don't last very long.
I think it's the first time I've seen y'all in those during practice. That's what I was asking.
No, we've worn them a couple of times. So every now and then you got to take all the other ones and make sure their air's still in it and clean them and all that kind of stuff.
Coach, a couple of weeks ago, you talked about in your press conference, wanting to see guys come in, do some things on their own. Have you seen any improvement in that area?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of it. Yep. I've seen a lot of guys coming in and watching film on their own and trying to get themselves better. So, we're making progress. We're getting better now. Don't know what it'll show on the scoreboard this weekend, but I know that the effort and the believing in what we're doing and everything is the work ethic is improving.
When you look at how you guys have attacked things, you talked about execution, guys being responsible for their assignments. You think that message is getting through as the guys talk amongst themselves and trying to self-correct on the field? Oh
yeah, they're trying to. Some of them it's learning on the field. There's some of them out there playing for the first time, so they're learning. Every down is a new experience. You know what I mean? So they're working at getting it corrected, and obviously for the rest of them that have played, it's still a new scheme. It's a whole new everything. So there's a lot of new things as you go each game when you get a different defense or different offense each weekend.
Two-time defending national champions, undefeated, shut out last week against Ole Miss, going on the road.
They shut out Ole Miss.
You're right. They shut out Ole Miss. Talk about just the daunting task of playing the best team in the nation, not just this year, but the last 2 seasons.
Well, it's an honor. I mean, we're excited. Man, how could you not be so fired up to go play on that stage? It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime deal for some of them, and we're extremely excited and feel like it's a privilege to go out there and play them. And when you say daunting task, we don't worry about Alabama. It's not about Alabama. It's about Georgia State, doing what Georgia State does. And it doesn't matter who we play. We just have to go out and execute to the best of our ability, and what happens, happens.
When you look at overall where you are, you're not satisfied with the outcomes of the games, but when you look at the fact that you guys have done a very good job of fixing some things when things went wrong, how do you feel about your coaching staff, the way you guys have created an environment where you're able to fix some things, as you try to pull the thing together this season?
Oh, I love our coaching staff. Coaching staff is doing a great job, and they're doing a great job recruiting. And they're doing a great job with these young men in player development. If you watch our films, if you can come and watch the coaches' copies, you'll see from game 1 through game 4 much improvement at each guy across the board. So as long as you're getting improvement each weekend, you got to be happy as a coach. We want to be get better coaches. I learned that from the guy that was the head coach at Stanford that was in charge of I think he was the swimming coach at Stanford, and he's put out so many Olympians that won gold medals and world record holders, and he'd come and Ty Willingham would bring a guy in each week, every Thursday, to speak to the team, and he brought in the swimming coach, and he just talked about we want to be a get better coach, and get our guys better every time, and I think that's what these guys do. They're developing players and doing a great job with it. We haven't seen the results yet in victories, but that'll come with being able to make that adjustment to the next level. I mean, again, we are moving, in 4 years of history of our football program, moving up to Division FBS. So moving up to that level, there's going to be things that we see improvement on that might not result in wins yet, but it will in the long run.
Good luck in practice. Good luck this Saturday.
Thank you. We'll need it.
We're Theo Agnew, and Theo, you guys have been trying to make corrections from week 1 to week 4. Have seen some flashes of some really good things and some aggressive plays and some positive plays on defense. Talk about some things that you want to continue to work on and some things you think you've gotten better at.
I just think we're tightening up as a whole. The defense, we're learning it more, because you got to remember, this is a new program, this is a new coaching staff, and you got a lot of young guys playing that weren't here for the spring. So we're really, tightening up game by game, play by play, and it's showing. You know, we don't have all the pieces in place yet, but when we do, it's going to be something spectacular.
What do you think you get out of going on the road, hostile environment, to a West Virginia and play in Morgantown, playing a team like that you can carry over into a hostile environment in Alabama Saturday?
I mean, what more could you want? Any lover of competition, any lover of college football, you know, you want to go in, you want to hear the crowd yelling, you want to go in and sort of feel like the underdog. I love all that stuff. You know, I know the defense, I know my team as a whole, we love all that stuff. So when we go inside Alabama, I think we're going to have the same mentality. It's going to be everybody, all the crowd, everything. Well, this is college football. That is the experience that we all signed up for. That's what we want, and that's what we're going to get.
Talk about the guys that pursue the ball. You guys impress Coach when you get hats to the ball. How do you feel about guys getting to the ball and gang tackling, which could be important Saturday?
I mean, it's just bringing that intensity, remembering that fire and that flair and everything that you sometimes forget about in the drudgery of coming to practice every day. You got to remember, you know, this is a privilege. A lot of people can't do this. So once you remember that, once you embody that, it's fun. You run to the ball. You want to make that hit. You want to make a loud noise, the crack. You know, everything that we love. That's what we can bring to the game. And when everybody runs to the ball, I think it's something special.
Coach has to be the leader, and it comes from the top down, but you guys also have to police yourself and, you know, make corrections on the field yourselves. How is the leadership coming along? A new program, new coach, some players playing for the first time. How do you feel about the leadership that's taking place on the field?
When it comes to leadership, you have to have guys to buy in. And I buy in. A lot of the other leaders on the team, we buy in, and we have people with us that are going to buy in as well, you know, and it's all about believing in Coach, having that faith. And so he has that faith in us to be leaders, so we're going to have that faith in him to bring us to the promised land, essentially. So everything that we need to do, he lets us know, we let the rest of the team know, and we all work together in trying to bring it about.
Panthers fans appreciate the way you take pleasure in hitting people on Saturdays, and I'm sure you'll take pleasure in trying to do that this Saturday and for the rest of the season.
Oh yeah, they're gonna see it and they're gonna love it, because we're gonna be coming with an aggression, with a intensity that sometimes before we have been lacking. But I'm telling you, this time we're getting after it.
Thanks for your time. Good luck Saturday.
No problem. Thank you.
Home team Brandon Leak here with Albert Wilson. And Albert, you guys have a big game coming up, playing the #1 team in the nation. Talk about this week's preparation, as you guys wanted to be a little bit more physical and pay a little bit more attention to detail playing a tough team.
First, I just want to say the sidelines, people that's not in, really into the practice. So when you have people cheering for you, that automatically make you practice better. So just our sidelines being alive and seem like they want to be here makes the people on the field want to be here. So that makes practice overall better.
You're one of the big playmakers on this team. Can you tell the difference when you make a big play, you get a big run, a big catch, the energy that brings, not just the guys on the field, but the guys on the sideline and to the defense as well?
Yeah, that goes back to what I just said about the sideline. When somebody makes a play and everybody cheering you on, the next person's going to want to make a play, and you want to keep making a play to be cheered on. Everybody wants to be the person that everybody looks upon and be cheered for.
How's leadership going on the field, in the locker room amongst you guys? Coach wants to set his tone his first year, but some of you guys that have been here for a while can teach some of the other guys who are playing for the first time some things.
Leadership is going really good. We have a lot of seniors that's stepping up now. Theo, main one, he's a very vocal leader. Travis, he steps up. He's a leader. Myself, I do more leadership on the field to proving preach. Talk what I preach or whatever. So we just try to lead by example, and just so they can go on and have a better program.
What do you remember about that first time Georgia State played Alabama when you were part of that team? You were the guy that got into the end zone on a kickoff return.
First, I just remember the stadium. It just felt like we was inside a cave. It just, the stands went up. It was great. I liked the crowd. Every time they got a first down, they were so into it. It just felt like everybody was with that team. It was just a great experience.
And that was a national championship team. What's that like when you see the holes in the lanes open up and you were able to, help out your team and, get into the end zone?
My first thought was this is unreal. First thing I looked for was the flag. I was like, this is going to kill it. A flag was going to kill the play. But I turned around and see that it was no flag. We've been working hard all that whole week. We had one return earlier that year. We were just missing holes, and we finally put it together. and got a return.
What do you think is the best attribute of this team? Seems like every week you guys have been trying to work on something. One game it was special teams. One week it was running. One week it was passing. And then you finally kind of got some things clicking all together last week. What do you think the team is doing best so far 4 weeks in?
I think we just tired of the same old results. I feel like coaches stresses that we have to do something different to get a different result. I feel like that's kind of clicking, so I feel like we're actually working harder. And special teams is the whole game. If our special teams not clicking, the game's not clicking. So I felt like when special teams finally showed up, the team showed up.
Well, thanks for your time. Good luck in practice this week, and good luck Saturday in Tuscaloosa.
All right, thank you.